The Kansas City Royals head on down south to take on the Rays at the worst ballpark in baseball, the Trop. Jesse Hahn gets the nod for the Royals, making his 6th start of the season since being called up from AAA Omaha. And in the bottom half of the first with 2 outs, Wilson Ramos sends one into right field for a base knock and a 0-2 count. And then that would bring up CJ Cron, gets ahead in the count 2-0, and then delivers a pitch into the right center field gap. It's going to score Ramos all the way from first base as CJ Cron has himself an RBI double, and the Rays jump off to a 1-0 lead. Matt Andriese on the mound for the Rays, making his 25th start of the year. Top half of the second, and Salvador Perez with one swing of the bat decides he wants to tie the game. Sends it deep into left field seats. Salvador Perez solo shot, and it's all tied up at 1 here in Tampa. As we move on to the bottom half of the third for the Rays bats, Wilson Ramos grounds out as Merrifield with a beautiful diving play at second base to retire Ramos. Anthony Banda then comes on into the pen for the Rays in the top half of the 5th, and Jorge Soler with a rocket, but right at Matt Duffy as he snags that one out of the air. Then with 2 outs, Bonifacio is going gapping right center field. Bonifacio gets himself into second base, standing up with a double. So with 2 outs, he's on second, and Tyler Collins is going to rip one into right field for a base knock. Recently called up as the 4th outfielder. Runners on the corners now for Hunter Dozier, who's going to go right back up the middle into center field for an RBI single, and it's now a 2-1 Royals lead as we move on to the bottom half of the 6th. For Denard Span, who's going to hit one down the right field line. He's going to pick up a double on that one to lead off the inning, and then with 2 outs, he's on third base after a ground at CJ Cron. Singles into right field, his 2nd RBI of the game. It's now tied up at 2. That would end Jesse Hahn's day, and Rafael Montero comes out of the pen. And he would face Kiermaier with a runner on first and 1 out, and he gets the ground ball he needs. A 3-6-3 inning-ending double play, all started by Hunter Dozier. Top half of the 7th now, Jorge Soler is going oppo, lands just in front of the wall as Soler picks himself up a double. Couple batters later, it is Tyler Collins with a 3-1 count as he's going to launch one into left center field, dives out right at the track though, hits the wall, and Collins is going to use his speed to get all the way into third base with an RBI triple, and the Royals have themselves a 3-2 lead. They weren't done though as Hunter Dozier gets one just barely down the left field line. RBI single for him, his 2nd run knocked in of the day. 4-2 Royals is the score. As we move on to the bottom half of the 7th, Montero still on the mound. There's a single from Matt Duffy, so he's on first base. 2 batters later, it's Brad Miller. He connects on a pitch, and Bonifacio has no chance on that one, just looks up and watches it fly. A game-tying 2-run shot, his 17th homer of the season for Brad Miller. It's now 4-4, but they weren't done. Malik Smith then comes up, and he also hits a no-doubt home run into the right field seats. Montero gives up 2 home runs in his outing, and it's now a 5-4 Rays lead. They would take that lead into the top of the 9th inning, where Alex Colomé comes in out of the pen for the Rays, and with 2 outs, a 2-2 count, Jorge Soler could not check his swing. He goes down swinging as the Tampa Bay Rays, with a come-from-behind victory here at home, as they get the victory, they improve to 55-70 on the year, and the Royals drop to 66-59. Player of the game honors go to Brad Miller. He was 2 for 3 on the day, but obviously the big one came with his 2-run home run in the 7th inning to give them a tie game, and then Malik Smith with a solo shot to give them the lead. CJ Cron was 3 for 4 on the day. He drove in 2 runs as well. Anthony Banda gets the win. Colomé gets the save. Montero gets the loss. And with that being said, it's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Kansas City Royals Baseball. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.
I got a team of hoes like Pat Summit. I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in a black Hummer. I slash summer like a fast brother. With a number on his back, ain't no fumbling. In fact, I'm back, acid in my hat. Shooting past the Gaddis at the bottom of the river in a plastic bag. My new shorty got a gymnastic bag.